Good evening, everyone. My name is Seth Limbaugh with the Rutherford County Library System, and today we will be going over the Touching Up an Old Photo class using Adobe Photoshop. Currently, I am using the Adobe Creative Cloud version of Photoshop. There are other versions available, but that's will be the one that we'll be using. So we'll kind of just jump right into it. So as you can see, this is a pretty old photo. I pulled it. It's a stock image. I don't know who these people are. But you can see that it's got some broken up things around the edges, some cracks, some dirt in some places, and it's just generally faded and a little out of focus. So we're going to start by trying to get rid of all of these like broken pieces and the cracks in the photo. We do that using a healing tool, which let me find it. They move things around frequently, so I'm not sure. Let's see. There it is, healing brush tool or spot healing brush tool. So we'll do spot healing. All right. So to do this, we want to zoom in on the photo some. So we want to zoom in on these cracked areas. All right. So now you hold down Alt, and that'll let you select the target. So you want to select the target right next to the area that you want to heal, because you want it to blend in pretty well. Spot healing up, this one automatically does it. We'll use the healing brush. So it's spot healing. So there we go. So we want to select that area right here. We'll make this just a little bit bigger. And so now as we go up, let's see, select there, and we can start here, and then this will now begin to heal. And you can see where it's pulling from. So that time we grabbed a little bit too far, so we'll grab this. So we'll just keep kind of grabbing places nearby and healing this up. You can see that little plus sign next to it is that's where it's pulling the source from. So there we go. So now we're just going to do this on the whole image here. So yeah, we're just going to keep going down. Keep going down. Yeah, we'll be doing this for a lot of times. Sorry about that. I've got a dog in the background. I have two chihuahuas, and they are here helping as we go through and fix this as they hear noises outside. So that's okay though. We'll just keep rolling with it. So as you can see, sometimes if I accidentally go over another, like in this area, I have to be a little bit more careful, because if I go down too far like that, I hit a white spot there that's cracked, and I create a new crack. So we want to avoid doing that. You want to keep grabbing from places that are cleaned up areas. Whoops, that was a mistake. There are lots of sirens outside. I don't know if you can hear them. Hopefully not. That is why my dogs are currently barking. It'll be okay. Anyways, so we're just going to keep going down. Keep going. We're going to pause for just 1 second. Okay, and we are back. So yeah, we are still going down and trying to clean up all of these cracked parts of the image. Grab all of that. I'm going to try to speed through this a little bit, because this is a very boring part, but a lot of this stuff is boring work. There's not a lot of excitement in restoring older photos. It's just time consuming and tedious. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We're not gonna, I guess we'll go down and we'll do this last bit here. We'll see how much we'll do. We might end up not doing all of it just for demonstration purposes, but we'll get most of it done. Once you get going, you can kind of just keep on. You can kind of speed through a lot of it once you get a good system going for it. I'm going to be a little bit sloppy with this just because we don't want to sit here forever on just this part alone, although it is a major part of restoring an image. What we can try is, I want to show you all there's the spot healing tool, and that's the one that automatically does it. We'll see how that works. You just select an area, yeah, and so it cleans it up on its own. So we're going to use spot healing. So this one you don't have to have a target source. It heals in the areas nearby. It's a little bit messier. You can kind of see it, kind of see where it's done stuff, but we're going to use that for the rest of this just to kind of rush this along. So there's this line here. Easy. We'll see how it does over this dress. That's what's probably going to... Okay, so it did all right. You can see a little bit, but not bad. All right. Spot healing does wonders. In fact, we'll be using it a lot during this video as well. All right, so we are just about done with all of that. All right, so now we can just kind of zoom out a little bit here. We can take a look at our image. So as you can see, now we don't have the damage that was there originally, so that's good. Now I'm going to move down here. There's this dirt. So let's see if spot healing will take care of the dirt. We'll see if we can get rid of it. A big one. All right, it actually worked pretty well. We just want to avoid the shadow area first. So there we go. There we go. So we're just going to kind of click on it and heal certain parts. Alright, so that got some of the dirt off. Now we could go in and get all of the dirt by using the healing brush, holding down our Alt button to get a thing, and then going each individual piece like this. That would take a lot of time that we do not really have right now. So we're not going to go in and do that, but just know that we could go in here and heal and get rid of all of this dirt that way. But we don't want to do that because that will take ages. But we are going to do it on the face. So we're going to spot heal the face. I'm doing it from the same source because it's all close matches. Okay. All right, so now the face is a bit more clean. Yeah. All right, so that we cleaned up all the speckles off of the face now as well. So with that, now we've got this. All right, so we still got some dirt down here. So let's see what we can do about that. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's grab a swatch from here at the top and then start and kind of go down. So we'll grab that, go down. Grab from there, go down. Just trying to grab from cleaner areas and to blend in. Grab from there, go down. From here, whoops, don't want to do that. So we'll grab this. All right, so that cleaned this up a little bit. Trying to get some of the dress a little bit more clean. All right, so now we've got that taken care of. So that handles most of this image, or not this image, but that handles most of the dirty spots and things like that. We got some pieces over here that we could go back and touch up, but since we're just doing this, we're not going to do that. Now we've got these burned four corners. I don't know of a good way to get rid of these. We could spot heal like we have been doing. Be bringing it over here. Yeah, that gives us a little bit more definition. So let's see if this works. Yeah. So see how it's grabbing that other arch? There we go. So it's faking it and thinking that, like, hey, here's a window. Yeah, so that's kind of creating some fake window going on here. Whoops. Do that. Create that. There we go. And that kind of got maybe the window, brought back some of that window. So yeah, spot healing brush can be used for a lot of things. It can be used for getting little dots, it can be used for getting rid of the big scrapes. It can be used for redesigning pieces of that windowsill up here, which wasn't done perfectly, but it was good enough for example. And so that's kind of the best way to do that. Now, we're going to move into the other parts. So now we want to kind of go into contrast, color, and tone, and then the other adjustments. So a lot of times you can just get a good thing by just auto doing it, auto tone, auto contrast, auto color, and that does a lot of work. I like to go in and do everything one at a time. So we've got black and white. So you can click on this preset. You can make it darker. There's a lot of options here. I like maximum black. It's my option, but you've always got previews, so you can adjust these as you see fit. But I like to use the presets. Maximum black. There we go. So that gets us a much more rich tone with this. this image. The next thing we have is, let's see, we've got our exposure. You can use that to bring up the brightness and lower the brightness. It was, I think, fine where it was, but you can offset that a little bit. And then gamma correction, which will adjust the gamma. Oops. Uh-oh. One. Okay. Let's see, another way you can do it is by doing the curves here. If you know how to adjust waveforms, I'm not great with these, so I tend to avoid them, or just use these presets here, strong contrast, cancel, okay. To do it that way. Vibrance. Vibrance will adjust just that. I don't know if that'll work with black and white. No, it doesn't. So don't worry about vibrance on a black and white photo. That will not do us anything. All right, so then we've got hue, saturation, color balance. All right, we don't need any of those. However, we do need to sharpen up the image some. So let's see. All right. Okay, let's do. Oops, nope. Adjustments. Trying to remember how to sharpen the image. It's been a minute since I've done it. Maybe it's under photo filter. Nope. Filters, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Filter, sharpen. And then we got sharpen here. Sharpen more. Okay, that was too much, so we'll just go back one. So yeah, so now when we click sharpen, I don't know if you noticed, but it did sharpen up the image some. Threw on a filter. Smart sharpen, there we go. So we can sharpen by looking at this face. So preset, okay, so we can sharpen by okay, so we've got an amount, radius, and how much noise to reduce. So of course now this is way too much. There we go. So now we've got a good sharpened thing. So now we've got it all sharpened, and now we've kind of got the basic image. And that's kind of really the basics of doing this with old photos. So now we want to go back in and just hit the details. So we're going to take our healing brush again, and we're just going to kind of go back through and really go through everything. We're going to go back in, and we're just going to hit all of the spots that might need touching up. We'll see. So yeah, we're just going to go back through here and hit everything again with the spot filter. Really want to hit the dress. That's what we really want to try to clean up. So let's see what we can do here. Oops, so let's find a good spot on the dress to grab from. Right up here is good. Oops, nope, that did not work out well. Sometimes it's just trial and error. Sometimes you're just not entirely sure what you're going to get when you use this to clean things up. Whoa. Once we're done here, we'll leave the floor open for any questions anyone might have. But we will see. All right, and so that's our base image here. All right, hold on just 1 second. Okay, so what I've done is I've opened up a couple more images that we'll just kind of look at and see what we can do. So this is a very blurry image. We're just going to start off the bat with trying to sharpen it up. So we're going to go into Filters, Sharpen, Smart Sharpen. All right, so here we go. So we can kind of see it in real time how it works. So this is a lens blur. You can adjust the radius. So that sharpens it up a lot more. Reducing the noise, that reduces the noise of the sharpen. So we can bring this one up a lot. And of course, this gives you a lot of texture, so you can reduce that noise as much as you can. And then you can bring down this drop down, and there's a lot more that you can choose from. So there's a fade amount, so we can kind of fade that back a little bit. And do that for the highlights as well. So there we go. We've kind of sharpened that up some. So this is what it is now. This is what it used to be. So we'll redo it and leave it like that. And then we do the same thing that we've done for the other things. We take the, oops, we've got this smart brush here, and we're just going to go over all of these things and heal the image. Now we click in areas like the hair instead of dragging around because that's a bit more specific. And we don't want it pulling from the background image. We want it to just get everything in that one area, like in the hair area. I got risky by going near the ear, but it worked out. Alright, so this area we can just do a whole thing on. That ended up being fine. That part there got a little weird, but alright. Oh, might have messed up near the hair. Nope, okay. So yeah, we are healing that up fine. Yeah, so that's this image. This image is done. Our final image here, this one is blown out a lot. So we want to adjust the brightness and contrast on the levels. So brightness, I'll bring the brightness down just a little bit, but the contrast is what we want. We want to raise the contrast because that way, because see, originally it was back here. So this way the contrast, they'll stand out more at a higher contrast. All right. So there's that, and then we're going to go in to the levels, lighten the shadows, nope, midtones darker, yeah, midtones darker is what we wanted, that adjusts that, And then we can always just auto tone. Oh, nope, see, this is where auto tone did not do well. Auto contrast, that did better. Auto color, and that makes it more black and white. All right, so this image is good. And then of course we got our spot healing brush already selected. We can just spot heal that right out. That one didn't do it perfectly, but there we go, it's better. You get the idea of how that works. And yeah, there's this image here. Some other things we can look at. There are other things you can do. If you would like to make it blurry, say that you want to blur something just a little bit. There's a blur filter. There's all sorts of types. We'll do smart blur. Oh, I realize that you can't see some of the stuff I do when I do these smart blurs and stuff. Blur. So that blurs it up a little bit. There's some other filters we can go over while we're in here. Oh, we can stylize it. We can emboss the image. As if you want to make it kind of look like an embossed map. People use these for texture maps, usually for like to print things out, 3D printing and stuff like that. They'll use this as an example before they go and try to do it. I don't really like using it for that, but I've seen it done. You can also add noise and do all these other things. You guys can't see my menus. That is unfortunate. Well, I'm in the filter menus. That is what I'm looking at. There's a lot of different filters. There's a filter gallery that you can click on and see a ton of different ideas. For brush strokes, stylize, there's ones that you can make everything glowing. So I'll do that. So this glowing edge. There's a lot of different filters that you can go over and have fun with in Photoshop. So with that being said, I think this about concludes our Photoshop tutorial on how to touch up old photos. We went over 3. We went over this one primarily though. I think it's looking pretty good compared to the original image. So yeah, let me pause real quick. So yeah, this is our final product. This is the original that we had. So as you can tell, there's a lot of major improvements done there. Yeah, this is what we got. So this concludes our tutorial. I guess now I will open the floor for any questions. So if anyone has any, please go ahead and type them up and ask, and I will get back to you. Thanks. Hey everyone, thank you for attending my Photoshop class on touching up an old photo. If you came in a little bit late, this class will happen again on the 16th, as well as it will be archived here. So yeah, so now the floor is open for any questions if anyone has any. So I'll just hang out here for a second or so. And if you've got any questions, feel free to ask me and I'll answer them. Also, if you'd like to see different types of Photoshop classes in the future, let me know, and I would happily look into doing some of those for you at some point. Yeah, so if you've got any requests for future events as well, please feel free to list those. And yeah, all right, there's a bit of a delay, so I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and make sure everything is good to go before we sign off here. All right, well, it doesn't look like there's any questions so far. So with that, I think we will start to sign off. If you do have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. I would happily answer any questions that you might have. Just go ahead and reach out to the email that sent you the link to this live stream, and I can answer some of your questions for you. All right. Have a good day, everyone.